Let's live stream, everyone.
So, hey, how's it going? Sorry you're hearing double time stream. Okay, so it's going through that right now, Finn, by the way. So we are going here, and hopefully it shows up on the iPad, because that's what I have decided. I'm going to try to do the comments on there in case people actually decide to comment.
We're eating pizza. Making pizza.
Yeah, I need to get going on this editing because this video comes out tomorrow, and I thought, why not kill two birds with one stone and make the behind the scenes for it a live stream. So yeah, so then I don't need to actually edit the behind the scenes, because there wasn't that much footage anyways, and I don't know, I think this might be cooler. So yeah, hopefully this is, nope, not this. It says we're live here. Hey, there we are. Okay, so I'm going to get to it. I don't know if Finn can hear it.
If you can hear me.
Well, you can hear Finn, obviously, but just, I'm not, because I have my headphones on, so I'm not sure if Finn's going to be able to hear. Oh, wait, never mind. This is, yeah, I'll do this, because this is already on my speakers. This is what we have so far.
I haven't seen this, by the way. Ooh, that slow motion. Oh, that's certain stuff, yeah.
It's just really hard to achieve with other things. This is choppy now, but it'll be smooth at the end. It's just that it hasn't rendered yet. That's what I have so far.
I was thinking, you should continue to see if you can make the sauce red. Can you like key on a color?
It's difficult because I can do that, except it's difficult because things are close enough to that color that they go with it. Like ideally I'd keep the sauce as its own thing, but the problem that I'm running into, so for example, like in this scene, the cabinets, the sauce, her hand, the pepperoni, and there's some like sun-dried tomatoes, I think, in this, and all of them are close enough to the red that the effect doesn't work properly. And then the same thing with this shot here. The cabinets, the floor, and her hand are close enough to it that
his hand,
her hand.
Oh, is that Sam?
Yeah, it's Sam.
Oh.
That it sort of doesn't work properly.
Okay.
Like, and the thing is, I can try to do it, except it would mean masking these things, which I try to do, but it's just gonna be more work, which I'm not opposed to.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of
trying to do it. I think it would make the video much cooler, honestly. If you could make one color, meaning the sauce, or one item, the sauce, a different color, would be just sick. I think you should do it, honestly.
Can you do me a favor and like grab a pair of headphones for yourself and plug them into this, because I want to see what if there's any like problems with the live stream audio or anything. So yeah. So continuing, I'm just gonna attempt to do what we were talking about. Yeah, I already have this, so I'm gonna turn off this. Go to effects. It's probably hidden by my thing, but and that's a problem because now we don't have any image. Okay. So it's just frozen. Sorry about this. We are going to, so the camera ran out of battery, so we're going to go to a title slide here. Okay, sorry about that. Forgot to turn the audio back on. Not sure why none of this is working properly. Leave color is on this. Interesting.
There's still no audio, Gus.
No, Finn, it'll come back.
No, there's still no audio. Oh, here it goes. Oh, now it's on. Okay, you can now.
Okay, so this, I can decolor it and it'll go to like here. That's 100%. So it's trying to just get things like the board to look a little bit less colored.
Yeah, it's working.
So yeah, I don't think that leave color is going to be the way to go. Wait, hold on. Can you listen to it for just one more second? Because I want to see how the levels of this are while I'm talking, if you can still hear me.
Okay.
When I'm actually playing the thing.
Oh no, it's not made. It's just paused. It makes it look like there's fake blood on it.
Yeah. I just wonder if it's... Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that specific.
Okay, I'm very back into it. Oh, it's perfect.
Is it? Okay.
It's completely perfect.
Thanks.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back to the beginning here and I'm gonna pull this across and make a cut there. So now what I'm gonna do...
hand you this back so you can listen for watch for comments.
Yeah.
And viewers.
I doubt we're gonna get any comments.
Or viewers.
But it'll just be something that'll show up later that people can hopefully watch. So what I'm gonna do here...
Call Will. Have him watch.
I don't know if he's around.
Where's your powerful magnets?
Those ones.
These?
Yeah. It's two different ones, but it's just stuck together. These are what came out of my old hard drive. Rip my old computer. Okay, now...
Rip.
Now I'm gonna try to mask the lumetri color here, which is gonna be a feat in and of itself.
A foot.
So...
Okay. I'm gonna leave because this is not my place or time.
Okay.
I was here for the beginning.
Have fun, Finn.
Let the record show I'm gonna be baking. That's what I want the record to show. Let the record show I was here.
Okay.
Bye.
So what I'm doing right now is I am masking around her hand and the pizza. I might want to zoom in a little bit here. So this is the kind of stuff that I would normally time-lapse if I was doing a regular behind-the-scenes. But this is not a regular behind-the-scenes. Which means I'm going to have to go frame by frame and adjust this for however long it is. And by the end of it, no one will be watching. But actually, what I'm trying to say is it'll show up as the pizza and her hand being in color with the rest of the stuff not being in color. And that is the plan. So we'll see if it works properly. I think this is a good alternative to not having behind the scenes. Is to just do it like this, so that I can make it actually look okay but not have to worry about editing an entire new video to put out on the channel. This is the thing about editing, is that it can either be easy or it can take absolutely forever, and it just sort of depends on what you're editing. So actually I realized that the pizza continues. Go back to 150. Sometimes you have to zoom out to get a sort of big picture of what's going on. Like, I figured out that this is just a continuation. And over here, up, and thank you for auto saving. There. Okay. So now I'm going to invert and go back to fit. So you sort of see what I'm saying. There's going to be a little bit of a feather on here, or a little more than a little bit of a feather. But now comes the difficult part, where I go one by one and adjust the keyframes. So now if I go here, I go back to 150, I have to do this for each frame, so I'm going to lose all of the viewers, but whatever. If you don't want to be here, that's not my problem. This is part of the struggle of editing, is that it always takes a lot of time and patience. So it's not all amazing. It's just, most of the time I'm just doing this kind of thing where I'm just sitting here and readjusting points around a mask for hours. I've spent I've spent hours and hours. At one time I spent 10 hours doing this for one single thing. In the end, I don't even know if this is going to look good or not. Always a good idea to have a dummy battery for your cameras, because without it we would not be able to stream right now. So next frame, back to 100, back to fit. I'll go to the next frame. And also, like, if you press the button here, Premiere will do a pretty good job of trying to track your items as it did there. So it'll help you a little bit with the adjusting, but the majority of the work is gonna fall on you. and realistically, I don't need to do like too good a job on this because I know that it's just gonna be like a 3-second clip in the video or less, and no one's gonna be able to notice. Like right there, I didn't need to do anything besides adjusting that because Premiere already tracked the points a little bit. Because it's some incredibly powerful software. It's just a lot of the time it doesn't include features that would be useful because it has them in other programs like After Effects and such. So eventually I might buy After Effects, but it's just going to be a little while until I can pay for it because it's not completely necessary. Also because I use HitFilm for a lot of the stuff that I would use After Effects for if I had it, like tracking things and motion blur effects, because you can't really do motion blur in Premiere, which I think should be implemented because it's a really important thing in a lot of transitions, is using motion blur, but for some reason Premiere doesn't include it, which, like, I don't really care that much because I can do the same thing in HitFilm, but it would be very useful to not have to transfer between two different programs when I'm trying to edit something. That's just workflow, so, like, I don't really care that much. So now I am continuing to adjust keyframes, or not keyframes, adjust the mask. What we could always do is go like this. And just okay, so we're not getting that. Okay, so I'm just gonna have that there so that just so we have something to listen to while I spend a lot of time doing this. And this is just this is just the song that I'm actually using in it. You can find a link in the description to the guy who made the song if you want. He has some cool stuff. Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing this. seems to be working. We'll eventually get through it. We're like a little way in. So yeah, I've been enjoying working on this. We leave for Austria next Thursday. I want to try to work the beginning of the week on a video, like a music video thing I'm doing for a guy. And yeah, so that's my plan sort of for the beginning of the week, and then the week after we get back. But I'm gonna make sort of my plan for the actual Austria video itself is I'm gonna make sort of a travel vlog kind of thing, in addition to the main video, which is gonna be sort of a more artistic travel video kind of thing. So that's sort of my plan as of now. But again, we'll sort of see. And I also have my music picked out for that. If you look on my Twitter, you'll see, because I happen to be my most recent tweet, or retweet, I guess. But yeah, I'm meeting a lot of new people who are really talented on the music front. I think it's really cool to try to get music from the source, which is also what I did with this song. And yeah, again, check out the description if you want to check out more music by the same person. Sorry, it's the same song over and over again, but whatever. So right now, again, I'm adjusting my my mask so that everything else is black and white. This is probably gonna take me a few hours, but hey, live stream. Yeah, no one will ever watch this, I bet, because it's very long. And sorry if I freeze for a little bit. For some reason, when I have because I'm using a cord to connect my DSLR to the, okay, this is going to be an interesting frame here. I'm using a cord to connect my DSLR to my computer, and then using a software called SparkoCam, or at least the free version of it, that I'm then that's why I'm up in the upper right corner of this video, so that I can like use the edge of the frame to get rid of their big watermark. Which I have nothing against, like, go for it, get people to buy your software, but I just don't really, because it's like $60 and I really don't want to spend money on it at this point. I might eventually buy it because I want to live stream more, but for now I'm just sort of just gonna be cheap and do that. Okay, I need to pause this because I don't really want to listen to that over and over again. Okay. I'm just sort of going with this. Hey, we're reconnected, so hopefully we're working. So I apologize if we have been gone for a little while. Yeah, I think it keeps replaying that last little bit before it actually gets live. Hey, okay, yeah, so we are reconnected, so thanks for watching if you're here, which you aren't because there's no one here. So I'm still working on this, as you may be able to tell. We're about a third of the way in. For a video that's going to last only a few seconds in the long run. That's sort of what you got to do. Gotta keep going. And we'll eventually get to the end of this. I know no one's going to want to watch it anyway, so I'm just sort of going to be here. Well, I guess I'll keep my promise of putting out a live behind the scenes video for every video that we have on our channel, which is not necessarily true because of the ping pong video, because I never made behind the scenes for that. So there's just a lot of stuff. Maybe I'll make one eventually if people ask for it, but no one's asked for it since then, so I'm just not gonna make it unless of course someone does ask for it. But that'll, and for some reason that video got more views than I thought it would, but yeah, it's pretty cool, I guess. I wish there was an easier way of actually keying this out, but there isn't. So I guess I just have to deal with this. Going every single frame and adjusting these, which is something that is actually a big part of editing. I believe it's called rotoscoping. When you go and basically do this for every single frame of a video in order to get rid of it. I don't know. When I originally started using Adobe products. Hey, Finn's back.
Ooh, is anybody watching?
Nope.
Is anybody ever gonna watch?
Probably not, but I'm gonna talk anyway because it's gonna stay on the channel.
TV timeout. Can you pause it for a minute? I have something crazy to tell you about our trip that needs to not be on the video.
Okay, so I'm going to go to title slide and get Back to full audio. There we go. Oh, well, I guess it didn't actually go away. But hey, at least you couldn't hear the conversation. No, it was literally nothing. Anyway, let's continue. Back to the keyframing. Well, at least that's one. Right, okay. And next. It's probably not worth watching because it's super boring. But hey. Okay, this is yeah, so as I was saying before Finn came in, when I originally started using Adobe products, the pen tool always really annoyed me because it's sort of weird. But I don't know, it's the more you use it, the more you get used to it, and it sort of gets to a point where it's, I don't know, it's not that bad. It's like, I don't know, I'm not sure if I would prefer it to a different sort of pen tool where you can just like draw in a line and not have to deal with like adjusting small things. But yeah, it works for what it wants to do. So yeah, that's my professional review of Adobe Premiere. But yeah, I've been using the software for over a year now, and it works well, does the job. Like, I guess I couldn't really ask for more out of an editing software, except for stuff that exists in other Adobe products. Which, like, that's the good thing about HitFilm. Like, if you're getting into editing and stuff, I'd say just go with HitFilm, because it can do most of the same things that Premiere can do, with the exception of like video stabilization. But yeah, HitFilm, just as like the free version, if you're getting into editing, you can do most of the same things, most of the transitions, and even some things that Premiere can't do. So I would definitely go with that. But I think the workflow with Premiere, and also being able to get used to using it now for in the future, if I do any more like important editing things, being able to know how to use Adobe products and know how to use Premiere is going to be really useful. So I'm going to save this just because I've lost this project too many times. Next frame. The thing is also with filmmaking is you have to be prepared for your efforts to be for literally nothing. So like, I'm prepared for, if this doesn't look good, for scrapping the entirety of it. Not the entirety, well, the entirety of the project, obviously, if I realize that it's awful, but the entirety of all this work I've done with the with this masking and stuff, which it's just a tedious thing that takes a long time. But I don't really mind it that much. I don't know, I'm a boring person. I wish I had people to actually communicate with in a chat, but guess not. And yeah, summer's been fun. I'm also looking forward to the coming year. A lot of projects that we're going to be working on. It's going to be a little more difficult because I'm going to be away, but we'll manage. We'll make sure to keep releasing some interesting stuff. And I guess the Finn's bugs didn't really happen this summer, but we'll work on it next summer, I guess. Because I guess I did put the release date in 2018, so we keep pushing it back. I'm not sure if it's ever going to happen. It's just a matter of if we go full force at it, which we haven't really done. I want to try to do more like big projects, and there's one that I'm working on a script for, but it's going to take a year for me to write the script. I know it's going to take a year because I have it planned out that way. I'm not going to tell you what it's about because that would sort of give away too much for what I'm sort of trying to do right now. But yeah, the plan is I'm writing a part of it every single day pretty much, and sort of gonna go from there when it finishes, when I'm like done after a full year of writing the script, and then it's gonna be a matter of planning stuff out, which is gonna also be difficult because it's more like it's like journaling and then turning that into like sort of picking bits and pieces out of it and making an actual short film. Or maybe even a feature-length film, who knows at this point. So yeah, I'm still going. We're getting close to halfway. I know it sounds annoying, and it is. But yeah. We'll get there eventually. But if nothing else, hopefully this gives you a little bit of insight into how much time I spend on editing videos. Because stuff like this, if you didn't know that I did this, you'd think, oh, there's probably a cheap trick to actually get it to work. And there might be, honestly. Like, I'm not an expert by any means at editing. But yeah, I just go and hopefully I generate something of value at the end. I doubt anyone will watch this all the way through, especially because there's nothing really interesting going on. So for this video, I don't think I'm gonna do too much, because again, I don't need to do much color editing because I'm just having it in black and white, because why not? I don't know, I was just trying to see what I could do with this. But yeah, it'll be in black and white, so I don't really need to do color editing. I don't think I'm going to do any sound design for it. Which could do, but like, there's some stuff that I don't really want to, and I don't really know how I'm going to find a sound for it. Like things I'm thinking about are like the pizza baking in the oven, or like when it slows down when he throws the pizza, which if you've been here since the beginning, which you haven't because no one's been here since the beginning, but yeah, like the part where Ben throws pizza up in the air, it slows down. Hey, we're over halfway, so that's pretty good. So again, as I mentioned before, this is going to be in place of the behind the scenes. So rather than making a video, I'm just going to do this live stream and then link that in the description of the main video. 2/3 of the way in. It's pretty cool. Like, I don't think I'm gonna try to do anything to the other shot that had sauce in it of all the ingredients and such, because I just don't think that that's worth my time to try to mask out the entire thing the whole time. We're getting there. And then I'm gonna actually finish putting together the video before I do this to any other clips. Which hopefully I won't, but there might be some that are just too close to too focused on the sauce that I need to actually do this to them. Again, that was my camera doing its thing. So if you don't want to see this, probably should have said this at the beginning, but if you don't want to see this, it's probably a good idea to skip ahead quite a bit and then just keep watching, because it'll be more interesting after I finish with this. But once I've started this, I don't want to like do it halfway and then leave it, because that would be really kind of annoying. At least Premiere's doing a good job tracking some things. Normally I do this on my own, so sorry if I'm literally not talking at all. I feel kind of bad. Hopefully the stream will last a while. Oh, that's cool. You can see out the window now. Now that it's getting dark enough. And if you've joined recently, but you haven't, but leave a comment. I'd love to interact with people for once in my life. We're getting to the end here, which is good. So I'm not sure how much more of this I could stand. But yeah, Ben is really into making bread, so yeah, he just makes bread and pizza and such, so it's pretty cool. It all tastes very good. Now we're getting there. I think it's probably a few more frames. And we'll be done. It's exciting, because I don't want to do this anymore. we're just trying to get this over with. Part of me wonders if we'll ever get real growth on Sastrugi films, because up until now it's been pretty stagnant, especially in the last few months. We haven't really grown at all, which is kind of sad, but like, again, I'm not really, as I've said in the past, in it for getting subscribers and such. I'm just trying to have a place to put my work and to sort of document this period of time in my filmmaking life. So later, if I'm working on any bigger projects, I can sort of look back to see what I was doing at this point, which I think would be sort of cool. But again, I'm not really sure if that's the field I'm going to go into, because I also enjoy engineering, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to go into mechanical engineering and then just keep this as like a hobby. I'd love to work for like DJI or something. That would be really cool. Probably 3 more frames, something like that. So I don't need to spend much more time on this, which is nice. I love it when it does that. This light is also very warm. If I wanted to, I could literally just like hide a message in here and no one would ever hear it. Not that I'm going to do that, because if someone did hear it, it would be sort of weird, but I don't know. I'm honestly just trying to fill space at this point, because I don't want to spend the whole thing not talking. Okay, last couple. Another thing I would love to like get at some point in the future would be the Mavic, because I think it would be really nice to have a drone that we could bring places easily without worrying about it breaking. So like, because the drone we have now, it's fine, slightly screwed up because of the crash we had. That's my fault. But I think that it would be really cool to have the Mavic so that we could like stick it in a backpack or something. I also wonder what the Austrian drone laws are, because that would be, there are a lot of really cool things I would love to film with the drone, but again, I wouldn't want to bring our massive drone because it takes up a lot of space, and I don't want to also crush it because I don't really trust myself to have in my backpack for an entire like pretty much 24 hours without screwing something up. And then also if like Austrian drone laws are as strict as they are in other places, which I assume they are, because let's face it, nowhere has easy drone laws anymore. I think that would be cool. Well, I think we have reached the end of the line, folks. Hell yeah. And there we go. So let's go back to fit and get rid of this and go back to the beginning. Need to add a little more feather to it, but hold on. This is the part that I need to worry about. Hold on. I guess it's not over because I was dumb. Forgot to look at this one region, which I should have. Actually caught this on the downswing, which I'm surprised about. So we always have to look at the big picture, because sometimes you'll miss things that would have been easy to see had you looked at it on a bigger picture. Okay, that's all we need. Need to add more of a feather to it, as I said. Mask feather, increase that a little bit. Okay, there we go. Okay. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't particularly like it, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hold down the Alt key and drag that above. So now, if I go into here, just want to get rid of the mask altogether there. So now it's going to be black and white, and it's going to be there. But I don't know if I'm going to keep it. Which again, this is the thing about filmmaking. Sometimes you'll spend an hour working on something like that and just to get rid of it. So let's take a look at the next parts. So I want my next shot to be of ingredients being put on the pizza. So let's see. This is sauce. Yeah. What's this like? So I'm just looking through these. I think this would be a cool one. Sandwiches. It's so hard to hold up a. I think also this video, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be very short. Because there was more material, but like, what are you gonna do? Maybe here. What about this? I have my mouse wheel hooked up to the forwards and backwards arrows, so I can use my mouse to. I'm gonna go like, I think I'm gonna grab this. So I can use my mouse to move through. Okay, I think I'm gonna use that. Okay. That's not bad. Okay. Hold on. I think someone texted me the wrong person. Okay, so I need to leave just as we were about to get started. So I'm going to actually go to the title slide this time, and I will see you guys in like half an hour or something like that.
Ball, 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 ball,